Let's talk all about deload weeks. And in case you don't know what a deload week is, it's simply when you're dialing back from all the hard training inside the weight room. I'm going to talk about how to do a deload week properly here in a second, but first, let's dive into the benefits on why it's so beneficial for you to do a deload week. Always want to make sure that you're listening to your body, and I recommend taking a deload week anywhere from, let's say, 12 to about 24 weeks of training consistently. So what does that mean? Well, let's just say we're working out 4, maybe 5 times a week. We're going to the gym. We're focusing on progressive overload. We're lifting heavier. We're trying to progress with our workouts. If you're doing that week over week over week over week, eventually there's going to be a lot of wear and tear on your body. And once again, you want to make sure to always listen to your body. And I just recommend that, hey, for most people out there, anywhere from about 12 weeks of consistently training to 24 weeks. So somewhere in that time frame. Maybe it's week number 14, week number 16, 18, 20, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure, once again, to listen to your body. Let's just say that those workouts are getting kind of repetitive and you're showing up to the gym and you're kind of losing your steam, losing the motivation. And it almost seems like you're just constantly sore. Like you're almost kind of like in a funk almost. That's a proper time to do a deload week, honestly. A deload week could be 1 or 2 weeks. It's completely up to you and what you want to do on your health and fitness journey. The reason why this is so beneficial to take a deload week is simply because it's going to aid in your recovery. I mean, think about it. If you're constantly training, you're constantly going hard in the pain in the gym, constantly focusing on progressive overload, you're going to need a week or 2 just to kind of relax and let your cortisol levels drop a bit. It's also going to help prevent any kind of injuries that may occur. There's just something about it mentally. You know, you go to the gym, you do your deload week, and it's just like when you get back into the gym, when you get back into the groove of things after your deload week, it almost seems like you have a little bit more spark, a little bit more inspiration, a little bit more motivation to go after those hard, heavy lifts again. In fact, the majority of our members, after taking a deload week where they're not going so hard in the paint with their workouts, they actually seen significant strength gains when going back to heavy lifting again. Think about it like driving a car that's never stopping to put gas into the tank. It's eventually just going to ride around on fumes and be broken down. Because essentially that's what you're doing if you're never taking time away from the heavy lifting in the gym. Think about taking a deload week as almost just like a mental and physical reset for your body, where you can just take some time away, but at the same time, hey, guess what? You're able to fill up your cup. You're able to energize yourself more, so that way when you do go back to the gym, you're able to progress 10 times more. Now that you understand that there's a lot of benefits to taking a deload week in the gym, let's talk about how to actually do it. My recommendation is to keep the workouts exactly the same, keep the sets and the reps exactly the same, but instead, taper back a little bit in terms of how much weight you're actually using. This is a personal preference for anybody, but I recommend anywhere from about 30% to 50% lighter than normal. So for example, if let's say I'm doing incline dumbbell chest press and I'm normally doing, let's say 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps, and let's just say I'm using 60-pound dumbbells. Well, for my deload week, when I'm actually doing that exercise, I want to taper back anywhere from 30 to 50%. So let's just use this as an analogy of tapering back 50%. So instead of me grabbing the 60 pounds, I'm going to grab the 30 pounds, and I'm exactly going to keep everything the same sets, the same reps. The only thing I'm doing is going lighter on the weights. The reason why I also like this is because you can now focus on more technique when you're using the lighter weights. You can also focus on more mind-muscle connection. I do want to say this, it's going to seem a little bit awkward or a little bit weird at first using lighter weights than what you're used to. But trust me, you want to make sure that you're using the lighter weights. It's a deload week. You want to use it properly. Don't listen to your ego that's going to be telling you to lift heavier weights. Trust me, okay? It's a deload week. You want to make sure that you're doing it properly. The name of the game for this one is just going through the range of motion and maybe working up a little bit of a sweat, but that's it, honestly. You're not focusing on killing yourself in the gym for this week. Another way to think about deload week is like 1 or 2 steps back to gain 5, 10, 15 steps ahead when it comes to your heavier lifts again. And guys, always remember this. When it comes down to recovery, that's the foundation. Like somebody could be crushing it with the workouts, crushing it with the nutrition, but at the end of the day, if they're not recovering their body properly, they're not going to be seeing the best results. And a deload week is a form of active recovery, so just keep that in mind. Once again, guys, there are a lot of benefits to taking a deload week. You are not going to lose your gains and sacrifice all your hard work inside the gym by taking a week or 2 off from all the heavy lifting. Like I said earlier, our members love taking deload weeks because they typically see significant strength gains when going back to the heavy lifting. I really hope that you guys got a lot of value from today's episode. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know your biggest takeaway. And as always, guys, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate it. This has been Coach Joe with Heartletics.com, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Peace out, Girl Scouts.